Okay, Yichas Fin Aloha Hey. So, we're holding by
Mem Aleph.
Mem Gimel.
Oh, it wasn't there Friday.
Yeah. No, we hold by Mem Gimel. So it says the base of the tefillin,
We're going to start
the titura,
starting Mem Gimel.
yeah, the titura is Pinas Gesher, it's a bridge. Titura Ma'abalta, the base of the tefillin, that's the part of the tefillin that touches the skin. This is Pinas Emes. The emes is the bridge upon which a person can get over Olam Hazeh. I think it's tiny, yeah, a little bit, perfect. No, in this it goes.
Apologies for the whiplash.
This is the Shlishi, Yaakov is Pinas Emes. That's the three wrappings on the middle finger that we do. This is Verastichli Be'emuna. This is with the emes Yozrecha to Chaim Nitzchim. This comes to this comes to illuminate to us this Indian that the answer to going through life in this world is emes. The thing is that people wish to circumvent all kinds of arguments and what they see as unnecessary disagreements and displeasures, and so the easiest way to go around it is to lie a little bit. You know, you can help it along by
White lies.
I don't care, white lies, pink lies, vermilion lie, I don't know, just whatever, just like a different kind of lies. Just the point is that it's I'm sorry?
I spaced out. Why are we talking about lies?
Why
Sorry.
don't you sit over here where I can keep my eye on you? You know, so I can they see you nodding off. I can go like, hey! You know, kind of Yes, right.
Okay, lies.
Lies, okay. Lies and videotapes. The people try to get shortcuts, try to help things along. A little lie here, a little lie there, a little half-truth here, and then people suddenly find themselves in a situation that they're tangled in cobweb, in spider web, that they can't even move. They're wrapped around it. It's like, I don't know if you have ever seen.
But people do it all the time.
Oh, that's right. That's the reason why people are worn down. People are getting old. People are poisoning their body, are poisoning their neshama, because that's what they do all the time. Because the thing is that the gesher to go through this life without anything phasing you is to stick to the emes. You stick to the emes, except in cases where, when it is said that it is allowed to be mishana. You should ask a rov. If you have a question, you did something, and you'd rather your wife didn't find out, because she's going to find out, she's going to get upset. Don't decide on yourself. Call a Rav, ask him, your Rav, whoever it is, ask him, what should I do here?
That usually applies to anything you're stuck on,
Yeah. You call a Rav, you call your mentor, whatever it is, and you ask. because the difference is that when you are mishane in order to help her, then it's okay. In a place where it's allowed, then it's okay. But when you're mishane, to make things easy for you. This is when you get tangled in the cobwebs, in the spider webs. And people wondering, how on earth did he get so crazy? Because you're caught in a web of lies. As you said, people do it all the time. Yes, people do it all the time. That's their attrition.
I mean, the little white lies.
That's their attrition. That's their attrition that tears people asunder, that tears people apart. The way to get through this world, and to come in b'shalom and to go out b'shalom, is to go b'derech emes. Yes, I know it's difficult. Yes, I know it's difficult. And if you failed, so you failed, beseder. But there's also, the technically falling into, what you call little lies all the time. And it's b'chala derech emes of what is the way that you go? Are you going b'derech amiti, or are you working in a used car lot? Where derech sheker is your life. Where every once in a while you say the emes, but that's your derech is that's the
Lies.
not. I don't want to say that every used car lot means that, but it's.
I had a share with
What?
Rabbi Tetz gave a share on lies, and he brings down how a white lie is worse than a big whopping lie. He says because it's more believable, and therefore it has a greater claim on the MS. Somebody can believe that tiny little thing that you say, even though you know it's sheker.
Reb Nosson Rabbeinu says that the bigger the lie, the more emes there is in it.
The big lie.
Yeah. The more emes there is in the lie, the more sturdy the lie
Right.
is. It's because the emes says that a total lie doesn't have a keel.
A white light doesn't necessarily mean small. It could be, look again.
No. But what I'm saying,
Made
like
out-
white lie doesn't mean a small lie. White lie
Right.
means
Yeah, it's
means
just
a lie.
believable.
No, it doesn't mean believable. White lie means a lie for
Innocent.
constructive purposes.
Right.
This is what white lie means.
I was stuck in traffic.
Yeah, whatever. This is not a white lie. This is a small lie.
Rabbeinu
quote,
says in
that
Sefer
is meant to. Rabbeinu says that a total sheker does not have legs. Because you can say, oh, this is gold. I mean, there's no chance that people will believe it. But if you say, this is special paper made in Colombia, that when you make coffee in it, the coffee tastes better.
You just sold me the cup.
That's why they sell it for 5 shekels a cup.
So
Just a cup.
this is Colombian pepper cup.
Forget the made in Taiwan sign.
They bring.
No, they made it in Taiwan. They just took the
bring-
paper there.
So the more truth there is in the lie, the sturdier the lie. That's the reason why, Christianity is so enduring, because it took everything from Yiddishkeit. It took the union of Mashiach, it took the union of Vidu, it took everything. It took the Trinity. Amt Litoi, Eroisat Litoi, everything is taken. This union of three is everything is taken from Yiddishkeit. It's just a little bit. Just the wrong guy.
What's
That's
our
it.
concept of Trinity?
What?
What's our concept of Trinity?
Somebody once said anything.
We don't have a concept of Trinity, but there is Am Mishulish that was getting Torah Mishulish, B'yom Mishulish. It's they took it and turned it into some kind of a, there's Mashiach, there's the Kodesh Baruch Hu, and there's the Shechina. So they turn it into
Anything new is not true. Anything true is not new.
So the point is that they jump. Almost the whole thing is emes. Just
That's why it's believable.
that's right. Just a little bit of a snitch at the end. It's just the wrong guy. That's it. But everything else, the principle is that so, and not only this, but Zabenu says, Gam tonim chol tzushad, al ken hoisa bas ami la'achzo. That the prophet says that jackals have also suckled their young, but my nation, bas ami, was given to a cruel persecutor. Now, Rabbeinu says that when the Sitra Achra has a Yanika from the Achzarios, from cruelty, it turns our Rachmanis into cruelty.
What's unique?
Yanika is nursing, is a feed.
Like Tino.
When it feeds off, when the Achzarios
It's a grass, no?
has a grasp, has a nigia, has a touch in Rachmanis, it turns our own Rachmanis into Achzarias. Suddenly you say that murderers should go free, and they in Sweden they're very upset with the Israeli ambassador because he said that freeing the Arab prisoners is akin to freeing that guy that killed I don't know how many people, 70 people, whatever it is. And they got all a hoopla with how can you compare?
Oh, the Norwegian.
Norwegian. How can you compare? How can you compare? They're freedom fighters. What happens to somebody else is a freedom fighter. What happens to you, he's a murderer. This is a rachmanis of achzara.
Does that have to do with like when Germany and their cruelty, and then it turned out to have some survivors like hate Yiddishkeit?
What?
You just said that when their cruelty, when they nurse out their cruelty, it turns our Rahman into cruelty.
No, when the cruel become rachmanim, it poisons the rachmanis and turns it into cruelty. It impures, it defiles the rachmanis and poisons it.
Contaminates.
And so the Indian of emes, when you go with emes, you can go through everything in this world. You go through everything in this world. So he says that's the Indian of wrapping it over the middle finger. This is Yaakov Avinu. This is B'riach Hatichon. That the middle finger is that bolt that goes through the kiras of the Mishkan, the walls of the Mishkan, that holds the entire Mishkan into one. That main bolt of the Mishkan, which is the B'riach Hatichon, is standing benes. B'riach Hatichon was just one plank, one plank or beam of wood. But when they put it in, it bent over the corners and held the entire Mishkan. It wasn't flexible. It says, B'riach Hatichon b'nei the main bolt of the Mishkan was standing there in B'derech Nes. Emet holds you B'derech Nes. You just stick to the emes, stick to what's the right thing to do, and scream to Kodesh Baruch Hu. Go about your business, and things will be okay. Even if they're not going to be okay now, they're going to be okay later. Eventually, they're going to be okay. You stick with Derech Emes, and everything will be fine. This is the tie, the knot of Yud. It's on Fil Shel Yad. That's the propping of those who falter. שמקבלים מויכם וחיוסם לאחיס עצמם, that receive their mind and their life force to energize themselves. אבל ליפלו לגמרי, שזה חס וחלילה, they shouldn't fall down completely. על ידי בחינת תפילה של יד, through the aspect of תפילה של יד קבל להם. וזה בחינת קשר של יוד שאצל של יד. That's the knot of yud, there's בתפילה של יד, שהוא בחינת הערס צדיק יסוד אוילום לבחינת מלכוס. This is the illumination of, is this you putting on so I won't see that you're sleeping?
No, it's to keep me awake.
Oh, okay. That's a good trick, you know, you can be sleeping.
Talking about
Is that?
You know, we should actually, you know, should turn the cameras just see how
have
good
two
he
or three
looks.
cameras.
Yes, you know.
It's like reality TV.
Yeah, look how good he looks. שהוא בחינת הערס צדיק יסוד האוילום, this is the shining of the צדיק יסוד האוילום to the בחינת מלכוס. שהוא בחינת כנסת ישראל כמובן בכוונס. The tefillin shel yad is in Knesset Yisrael, and the Tzaddik Yisod Olam shines to it and gives the koyach. If you remember, we said in Torah Lamed Ches that Aliyas HaMalchus is that first of all the Malchus is in the Klippas, and we said this Ruach Soa Savara. This is when the speech of a person is loose and he just goes wherever he wants. Says, and then the Malchus goes to its shorish, which is the 5 fingers of the left hand, goes up to the Zroya. Then it gets the light of the Reshima from the heart, and then it, you know, the Zah, the heart itself gets jealous of it and gets its own Reshima from the Moichin. The Yin of Malchus is the Yin of us, of the Pshutayam. It said that the Tefillin Shel Yad represent us, the simple people. Where our Yisraelis is that we got all excited, and then Hashem shows His face to us, and then the illumination is being taken away, and we are left with the Emunah. We have seen Hashem. Oh Hashem. We have Emunah. And Tefillah Shel Rosh is that the tzaddikim have yearned to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they get illumination, and they take it off by themselves, and they chase Hashem all over again. Illumination is fine if you want to have a little rest, you know. If you want to rest on your laws a little bit. You know, $1.5, that's the difference between people, you know, that have parnasa. I'm not about you. Some people have parnasa, and people that become very wealthy. The people that have parnasa, you know, they work, and then they get what they need, and it's good enough. They stay where they are. But people that have money, the money that they got is nothing. It's once they got it, they're already running after the next one. And they're all the time running after the next one. This is how they become rich. This is also how they ruin their lives. But that's the $1.5 of dollars. In Ruchnis is also like that. You know, for us, we feel miserable, we did this, or we didn't do that, or we went through this, whatever it is. So we yearn for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we manage to do something. And then when we get it, all right, you know, let me sit back a little bit and relax. You know, let me enjoy it, for crying out loud. What is this? A rat race. I mean, what is it? Avadim Ha'ilu Pa'obe Mitzrayim. You know, that we're slave to power. What's the story here? Take it there, you know.
Tzaddikim, they run and run.
The tzaddikim, the minute that they get whatever it is they get, they chuck it aside and they run all over again because they want HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not the asagas that they want Hashem Himself. It's like you can finish Yom Kippur, you know, and you're so happy that it's over.
And you're halfway through Elena, you're like out the door.
Yeah, but the thing is that then you eat and it's okay, it's over. I finished it. I finished the
Do your
hard
sukkah,
part
you know?
of I can't believe I have to build a sukkah.
Then you have to build a sukkah. You're like,
I can't believe this, whatever it is.
Oh, that's where you go.
But the Or of Tzaddikim is I finish Yom Kippur. Now what? Sukkah. It's like, let's go with the next thing. Let's keep on going. It's a different chai. So the aura of the tzaddikim, of the tzaddik emes, for all those that fall down, that they shouldn't chas v'chalila fall down. It's not just. I'm not chas v'chalila just putting down, us simple people. We go through a lot. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. You're talking about smichas noiflim, the people that are falling down, that are faltering, that chas v'chalila they should not fall down completely. Fil shel yad, this is the yud from the tzaddik. The yud is the thing that the conduit that gives the aura of the tzaddik esod olam to the malchus, which the Knesset Yisrael, as it says in the Kabbalah. That's why you have to be very, very particular. That this knot should be very close to Fil shel yad. The main illumination, the main seichel, the awareness of the people, it's the Shechina that gives them the chayes from their fall, while they tzaddik esod olam. This is what the tzaddik olam was zoicher, that was zoicher to such a great hasaga that he can prop up and mechaya all those that fall. Beikers film, in the main illumination of the film, when do you get it? You get Zochen Kaus B'Yoseh B'Shasat Tefillah. The main illumination of the film, the rejuvenation, the energy from the film, you get the time of davening. This is when you really get a complete moichin de gadlus. If you remember, the moichin get tired the previous day, so that's why we take them off completely when we go to sleep.
with the moon. It's in that lesson.
Yes, we go into the moon. Now, so the moichin of Za are gone totally, and what is left is just the reshimu of the moichin of the malchus which remain in the heart. You're waking up in the night, and you learn Torah, and you wake up the Nakuda, and during the day, the Malchus goes up and sits on the left arm. It receives the Rishimu of the Malchus from the heart. The Malchus that never left, the Rishimu of the Malchus that never left, it goes to the heart. The Za, which is in the heart, gave the moichin to the malchus. Arizal says the Za gets envious of the malchus and gets its own film from the Rosh. And this is the time, this entire process is with you put on the talus and you put on the tefillin, and then it is during davening when the Za gets its own moichin. So during davening is the completion of the process that started with going to sleep, waking up chatzos, learning Torah at night, and doing everything he needs to do. And then during davening, this is the time when you get the moichin. The main how of the moichin you get during davening. This is when you get a total finished moichin de gadlus of this is really in the kavanas. Because the main mind of the film, main intellect of the film, this what is film? Film is the unity between you and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Upchinas tefillah v'izbeidelus. That's the main unity between you and Hashem. That's the closeness between you and Hashem. There's tefillah v'izbeidelus v'sicha b'no ben koinah. Then it's tefillah, izbeidelus, and you talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This means to be dovak HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This means to be glued onto HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When you talk to him, you get up in the morning and you feel like something that the cat dragged in. It happens. I know it never happens to David Scott.
Happens to me now.
You get up in the
Visual aid.
you get up in the morning and you feel awful. Once in a while it happens, just like you feel useless, you feel like
A used tea bag.
right, there you go. With oil of bergamot or without it, just a used tea bag, nothing dried out. The main thing to do is the minute that you wash your hands negelwasser, you do what you need to do. You say the brachas. You go to your kitchen, whatever it is, where you sit down on a chair. You talk to Hashem. You talk to Hashem. The first thing you do is you talk to Hashem. Says, I feel like I use tea bag or coffee rind or whatever it is that whichever happens to be your beverage of choice. You talk to him and says, listen, that's
The
right.
ik is to go out to the field, right? The ik is to go out, really.
No. The ik is to have Yeshiva Das.
So it doesn't matter where I speak to him.
It doesn't matter where you speak to him. Is it? The reason why you want to go to the field is because it separates you from the olam. But what would somebody who goes to the field and has no Yeshiva Das? He's afraid, animals, arrows, whatever it is. He can't. What do you think? He should go to the field? He should stay at home. The main thing is that Reb Simcha Bar Levi is making this only in the house. He says, I offered him to go to the field. No, he says he has no Yeshiva Das in the field. No, he has. The main thing is it should have Yeshiva Das.
Yeah, Rabbeinu says field or private room, as long as you have.
Yeah, the main thing is Yeshiva Das. The main thing is Yeshiva Das. When you start.
What's it?
When you start your day, when you feel like really icky, if that's a proper word, and you just talk to Hashem and you tell him, no, I really feel here this morning. Can you please help me? It's a different day.
That will change your day. Yeah.
It's a different day. Get into this habit of that. You are never. I'm sorry, it's not. I know it's Liverpool, but you never walk alone. All right? Stop smiling. You're not smiling, because that's Chilul Kodesh. I know that.
You've either brought down the share or elevated the song. I'm not sure.
What's the song?
It's a song of some sports fan of certain teams. Says you never walk alone.
No, but it was a big song in the 60s anyway.
It was? I didn't know. Anyhow, but it's just a wonderful saying. You never walk alone. It's that you never walk. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always with you. And the only thing you need to do is remind yourself of it. Talk to Hashem. Talk to Hashem. First thing in the morning, you can't move. You feel like, as you say, use tea bag. Talk to Hashem. The Iker Dvekes HaKadosh Baruch Hu is tefillah and his Beidelus. Talk to him. כמו שכתב רבנו שעיקר דבקס זה תפילה, it says that the main dvekes is תפילה. ועל שם זה נקראים תפילין שעון תפילה, why the תפילין called תפילה? Because נפתולי אלוקים נפתלתי. It means getting all entwined. נפתולי אלוקים נפתלתי מלשון entwined. תפילין מלשון, being wrapped up, being entwined. העניין מה שפירש רש"י, זה הפסוק שלו, אי קשר פתלתו. It's a language of stubbornness and twists and turns. What does it mean? נתעקשתי והפצרתי פצירויס ונפתו למרבה למוקם להיות שווה לאחריסי. That I have begged and I have cajoled and I have, I have bent myself this way and that way before Kodesh Baruch Hu to be equal to my sister. Gam Yecholti, it was also possible. She הסכימה לי על ידי הקדוש ברוך הוא, agreed with me עיין שם. ובבחינה זו צריך להרבס בתפיל והתבודדות מאוד מאוד כל ימי חיו. And this bechina of cajoling HaKadosh Baruch Hu and begging HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and excuse the expression, nudging HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Just nudge, just keep on keeping on. צריך להרבה מאוד מאוד כל ימי חייו. You have to put more and more and more all the days of your life. שזה העיקר. This is the main thing. וצורך להיות action גודל בזה מאוד מאוד. And you have to be incredibly stubborn with this. Don't give up בשום פנים ואופן and nudge הקדוש ברוך הוא. שאף על פי שנדמה לו שדבריו אין מעלים כלל, even though it seems to you that your words don't do anything. You're not able to do anything. והוא רחוק מדבריו מאוד. And a person and what he's saying are very, very far apart. I want to be Kadosh, I want to be this, I want to be that, or whatever. Even begashmis. You need to pay for everything. You don't have what? You bear Kadosh Baruch Hu whatever is necessary. This is already days and years that you are bearing Kadosh Baruch Hu to bring you closer, and you haven't affected anything. You have to be an incredible stubborn mule about this. Like somebody who is a stubborn. What is a stubborn? What is a stubborn? Somebody is a guy who is stubborn. He's stubborn because he's stubborn. Like there's no time in what he's doing.
We're stubborn people.
What?
We are stubborn people.
Yeah, no, but being stubborn, Rabbeinu says that you have to be an oxen godel b'avodas Hashem. You have to be incredibly stubborn b'avodas Hashem. He says, why dafka the word stubborn? The word stubborn because the word stubborn means that it's even when there's no reason for it, just because you're stubborn still. Just nothing sways you, nothing gets you off. כן צריכים בעבודת השם. כמו שכוסף רבינו סימן בחסק לתנים שצריכים להיות action גדול בעבודת השם. You have to be tremendously stubborn in עבודת השם. ובאמת צריך לאקשונוס גדול מאוד בכל עבודת השם. You have to be an incredible action and stubborn עבודת השם. בכל עובדה ועובדה. ובכל עצה ועצה. Every single deed and every single advice that you get, follow it and be stubborn about this. But the main stubbornness has to be applied in tefillah tachanunim. Davening,
Supplication.
and supplicating HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
How do you compromise that with what Rabbeinu says in one of the Torahs in the Quran, that not to have your tefillah keva, not to have your...
You're asking with tachanunim. You're not demanding. You're asking. But you keep on asking. You keep on asking. You don't expect HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do dafka what you want. You keep on asking, you keep on begging, you keep on asking, you keep on begging. And you ask and you beg, and you ask, and all the time within the begging itself, it's a begging of bitul. It's not a begging of demanding. You have to give it to me. You have to do for me what it is that I want you to do.
It does seem a bit strange that, surely if you've been davening for something for 4 years and nothing's happened, you're kind of wasting your time.
No.
The answer is no.
No.
Hashem said no.
No such thing.
3 times a day for 4 years.
No problem. I remember that there was a certain thing that I wanted to understand about music. It took 8 years of davening. For me to start Likutei Halachos, I davened for 25 years. 25 years. 25
There's
years.
a pessimistic thing in my head saying it would have happened anyway. 25 years?
25 years I couldn't learn Likutei Halachos. And I went through the entire Likutei Halachos. Nothing. I didn't understand what 19 was for my life.
I understand that.
All right. 25 years.
It was like Avram living 100 years for her son, you know?
Stop judging Kadosh Baruch Hu, you know, with American eyes. You're successful, not successful. You're a winner, you're not a winner. You're a champion, you're not a champion. Stop. Just stop that. This is your life. This is what everything is all about. You keep on asking. You keep on asking. Keep on
The
asking.
vote is not measured by whether you got it or not, it's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, your job is to do, to ask
Yeah,
for it. not
yeah,
to
but
necessarily-
Bezat Hashem, you'll get it also. You have to say, we're trying to figure out a Kodesh Baruch Hu. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. What we got, what we didn't get, what you are, what you are not, what you have achieved, what you have not achieved, you don't have a clue what's going on. As Rabbeinu says to Rabbeinu, you don't know, you have no clue what Kodesh Baruch Hu wants from you.
I always think this is a bit of an easy way out of every subject.
Honey bun, you can always twist everything
No,
the
I
other
don't mean
way.
twisting. I'm just saying
So I understand that. What I'm saying is, Yetzirah will always tell you that this is it. To everything that I'm saying, there's a counter answer. And the reason you don't have problems with the rest of the things that I'm saying, because you haven't thought of them yet. I'm serious.
I'm just using my brain to say.
It's no problem.
Hang on a second. You've been davening for something for 8 years, and it hasn't happened. Maybe you should stop davening for it and daven for something else. I'm not saying don't daven.
I daven for something else as well. I wanted a certain thing that I want, a certain asaga that I wanted to say about music, whatever it is.
I think that also-
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel or be clever
No,
here. I'm just saying.
think
So I've
it
davened.
depends- it
I'm
really
gonna.
depends on what you're
That's my
asking,
nature.
though.
I'm gonna give up.
If you're asking for like, you know, to get married, I'm gonna get married. How could you not daven for that? Just keep. Hashem wants you to get
Okay,
married.
fine, but it's a mitzvah to get married.
No, it's a mitzvah to learn
So,
Torah.
so I'm gonna give up and say, okay, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I know there's the Likutei Halachos, but I'm not going to
get
daven.
married.
25 years I'm supposed to daven. Yeah.
Some things you can daven for the non-mitzvahs. Daven for money. Oh, that's fine.
You daven for us, you're supposed to. You're supposed to, like everything. Well, I didn't get it. Okay, so if you forget about it, you're not going to have it.
What difference?
There's no difference.
There's no difference. So you're not getting it. There's no point asking.
No. You keep it. The parnasa that you gain, the parnasa that you have is parnasa from davening. That's a different kind of parnasa. And not only this, but there is an Indian that the Kadosh Baruch Hu puts a person in difficulties so that he should be moved towards his mazel. And there's also this Indian that when a person goes through difficulties, so he should grow from being a little flower under the rock into a tree. Even if his wife gives him trouble in the middle. What we're learning here is you have to understand that it really is not a surprise that your own mind will ask you questions about this, because our mind asks us questions about this because we bring to the table like incredibly obtuse and material, way of seeing things, and to say nothing of the fact that with tremendous amount of gamma bris that is brought to the table, which twists the moyach and contaminates the point of view. So in other words, I cannot, I'm telling you, I personally, I'm talking about you, I cannot rely on my moyach for nothing. For nothing. Except when somebody else asks me something about them, when they're coming to ask me for something that, because they want to know what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from them at that point in time. I'm just a conduit for them. And I mean to do something which is good for them. I'm not emotionally involved with that. So my mind is fear to give advice, especially when I got, when I heard from my Rav. Let's just give it over. Like I told you about the children, with going to Uma, that you belong with your children. It's not my invention. It's not something I invented. Rabbi told me. Person belongs with his children. You take your children. Or you don't go. You belong with your children. It stirs you davening. Rabbeinu says, be by me, with davening, daven, not daven, eat, not eat. That's the tachlis. So I can give it over. What about me? I'm probably going to do the opposite. Because I'm what should I tell you? But the point is that when he tells us that that's the main thing, is to be an action gadol. Rabbeinu says you have to be an action gadol with Hashem. So that's the way it is. There's a Yetzirah to stop in the middle and to say that enough is enough. So it's a Yetzirah. We'll get good morning, America. What do you expect? The Yetzirah to stand there, hold your coat and cheer you
but
up?
if my kid keeps asking me for the same thing over and over again, and I'm like, no. Eventually, I'm gonna give the kid onus, because it's just being chutzpah. It's just asking and asking and asking.
Yeah, but if he's asking you for something that he should be having,
So how do you know? So that's
because
that's
you're
my
the
question.
father, and when he asks you for
How do
you
you
to
know
take
in your
him to
prayers to
Uman,
Hashem?
Yeah, well, you
How do you
said-
know in your prayers to Hashem? That's my question.
when you ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for Dvar Shebekdusha, to be zecher to Kedusha Sainai, or to zecher to learn something, it's fine. Or this is, whatever it is, when you ask, as a Kedusha Baruch Hu, everything you just ask. Everything is nagia to Kedusha. You ask and you ask and you ask. But even when you ask, you beg. You don't demand. Just ask. You have to understand something. Rabbeinu says that in all the sikhs that you speak to Hashem, all the sikhs that you speak to Hashem, you should open the issue up. So open it up and talk about it and be marchiv with it. And Rabbeinu says that I heard a sikha from a friend of mine, Rav Ofer Gisin, when he speaks about it. He says, when you speak to another person and you tell him, listen, you'll never guess what happened last Tuesday. So I went and I spoke to my cousin. Wait, I have to tell you, my aunt, from her other cousin's side, she got married to this guy from Lodz, this, you need to understand, because you need to understand the, the background, because otherwise you can't, and if you're a human being, you go,
Where is leading?
all right, I mean, you got about 5 minutes to get to the point, at which point in time I'm going to bash your head in. And Kodesh Baruch Hu isn't like that. Kodesh Baruch Hu wants you to say, just a second, I have to tell you, his aunt who married the cousin from Lodz, they open up this, this haberdashery store, selling hats and stuff, and her cousin, Kodesh Baruch Hu loves it. He loves it when you embellish it and tell the details, but I forgot to tell you that this talk to Kadosh Baruch Hu at length. Rabbeinu says at length. Kadosh Baruch Hu is not you. The reason why you get upset with your kid is because you're a human being. And it's because you have your own unresolved issues as a child. And there has been a certain amount of impatience on your parents' side. So there's a certain part of you that always says that I ain't going to give you. My parent didn't give me. Who the heck are you? I should give you. You should learn what it means. Kodesh Baruch Hu is not like that. You ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you beg. You don't demand, and if he doesn't do it, you throw a tantrum on the floor. You're just an action. This is why you were created. ויקר בשיחס של הסבדוס כבוד וראינו כמה פעמים כמו שפרש רש"י נפתולנו כי נפתלתי kon ikesh uptalto, of stubbornness. Nikakashti, viftzalti. I was stubborn and I begged. P'tzirch naftor b'makom. V'ha'avin advorim eitem, and you should understand these things well. Tirtze lichyos chaya oilom. This is one sentence where you should mark. V'ha'avin advorim eitem. I understand these things well. If you want to live an eternal life. It is impossible to explain everything here in writing. And it translates for yourself and explain to yourself in your own language the words of Naftula Elokim Niftalti al Perish Rashi Hanan. That I twisted and I turned and I begged and I cajoled and I nudged and I how much one must be mischazik, bisboidedus, vesichos beino bein koino and talks between him and his master. Even if it could be time and time again without a taste, without a smell, without any kind of enjoyment. Kodesh Baruch Hu is never contempt and is never scorned or sneered at the supplication of a poor person. Even if they actually deserve to be scorned and to be laughed off. Kodesh Baruch Hu is filled with Rachmanis at all times. It is so important to understand. Kodesh Baruch Hu is a guta. He's a goodnik. He's a goodnik. He's good. He's noble. He's